Avengers Incorporated, Avengers Inc., issue number 2. Here we go. Janet Van Dyne, finally leading an Avengers book. It's a detective one, but I'll take what I can get. Would I love to see her back on the main Avengers team? More than anything in this conceivable Marvel universe. But I'll take what I can get. And what I'm getting, it's pretty fun. You know, this is a smaller scale story, and I appreciate it for that. We're not doing like, what's the big battle we're fighting? Because Avengers currently not my favorite book. But this, what if we go back to the old Avengers Mansion and some guy is walking to his elevator just on the phone with somebody, and a ghost shows up and kills him? That seems like a mystery that Janet Van Dyne and Victor Shade can solve. So I'm here for that. The Ghost of Avengers Mansion. What could it be? At that very moment, well, not even that very moment, like an hour later, we see that Janet Van Dyne and Victor Shade are having brunch in the newly fitted Avengers Mansion. They kind of turned it into like a tourist trap. It's like a hotel now, and there's like a main dining hall that you can get food in. And basically, Janet wants to like spur some memories into Victor. Like, if you're Victor, you've been here before, so maybe you know something on the walls, maybe you know the location, and something can come of it. They're having some issues with the elevator because, as we know, a guy just died in the elevator. So we're going to have to use the service elevator if anybody wants to get back to their rooms. At that moment, just because Janet knew there was going to be that little bit of an incident, she had a spectator show up that could help out and put on a show and introduce Victor Shade to the original Victor Shade, because in comes Vision. And if you are familiar with the history of Vision, he's gone by many names. He's been built by many different amalgamations of people, and the name he chose for himself was Victor Shade when he wanted to be something different. And he's like, who is this guy? And the Victor inside of Whirlwind's like, what do you mean, who is this guy? I'm Victor. And they're just getting mad at each other. And it's just like two dudes about to throw a punch. And you just see that Vision's like, no, I think I get it. I do get it. Like, this is Occam's razor. Like, the simplest solution is the most likely. This man in Whirlwind's body is Whirlwind himself. This is just some weird plan of his. But Janet's like, it's really not. I can prove to you through body language and facial expression and language, it's not. So there's something about him that is different. Does Victor Shade know who Victor Shade is? How are we going to figure out? How is this new Victor Shade created? Unfortunately, there is a disturbance that takes them away from solving this thing because they find the dead guy in the elevator. It's Roger. Roger's dead. Oh no. Who is Roger Phillips? Well, he's a guy that we'll get to in a minute here. And we see that something's going to happen. Vision scans. He's like, okay, he's been dead for an hour. There's like some molecular pattern disruption in his body. What does that mean? Who knows? It sounds like somebody like phased something into his heart and then phased back out. We see that like the tour guide is kind of freaking out. He tries to run away, leading Victor Shade to go chase him to figure out who it is. And we see that Janet gets Vision like, can you just like do like control here and figure stuff out? I'm going to go get Victor. So she follows him, and that guy's attacked by a Reaper and dies right in front of them. And we see Janet's freaking out like, what is, like, something's wrong with him. Like, what is it? Grab his face. They rip off his face. And he's wearing a mask. You're like, what? He's wearing a mask. And we see that Janet instantly recognizes who this person is. It's Farley London, a.k.a. Agent 3. So now she knows exactly what the situation is. Two other people inside of the mansion are headed out. Sam and Maria, they're trying to make an exit for it. The Phantom comes to find them, and it tries to attack and kill them, but luckily the Vision is there to stop it from going through it. And that's when the Phantom has a program interruption, and it goes to error, and they're like, what? Why is the Phantom freaking out like that? And we see Vision just like takes care of the Phantom. Because what's happening? Well, we see the Wasp solve the problem. She figured out that it's Samson Washington and Mara Peskyov. They were people who worked for Spy Master. They were Agent 1 and Agent 2 that worked for Spy Master. The other guy that she found, the other guy who's wearing the mask, he was Agent 3. So these are people that worked for Spy Master, and now they're on their own doing their own mission. trying to do their own thing. And then just she's smart. She's figured this all out already. She think it went down like this. They all work together. The master of disguise put on the face of the tour guide. They paid him off. And they're going to lure him away here. And they're going to use like their cool high-tech gadgets. And they're going to sneak in and steal everybody's money from like the ATMs or whatever. Just like take the finances and everything from the building, put it into their own account, and get out of there. What they didn't plan for, that like the entire operation of the Spy Master's like ex-employees, they were being conned by one guy, Herter, and he's the one that made the Phantom that was killing the other guys. So those two died, and then when they figured that out, Victor Shade was able to apprehend the guy that didn't freak out when there was like a disturbance at the breakfast, because he knew somebody was going to be dead in the elevator. So they apprehend the right person. Like, come on, that's just classic spy stuff. It's just classic detective stuff. She solves a crime from people who used to work for Spy Master. They were going to rob everybody in Avengers Mansion. One guy was going to go against them. He created a phantom ghost out of a computer that killed two of the other people working for Spy Master. And now he's going to be arrested, and everybody's safe and everybody's happy, and the world is better off for it. It's great. We're having fun. We're having fun. Then we just cut to like the wrap up, and Janet's talking to Luke on the phone because of course she is kind of working for Luke Cage. She's like, yes, Vision was technically in costume, but is he in costume? It's hard to say because he's not really, like a sentient being like us. And then we have like a wrap up with Victor Shade and the Vision, and Vision's like, look, I understand, like, you can inhabit this body, like, I can't stop you from doing that. You have the right to your own life, but there's something very concerning about this. And I try to scan you. There's something on your forehead that is shielding me from entering into your mind. I don't know what it is. There's only one man I know that could maybe figure some of this out. The problem is we won't be able to contact him because Henry Pym has been dead for years. Okay, where is he? Who knows? He's dead, right? But he's alive because we saw the end of the last issue. So there's a lot of mysteries left to solve, including the next mystery of this book, because we see Jane Foster is in Valhalla with Valkyrie, and Scourge is dead. He died in Valhalla. So you can die twice. The man who died twice, what happened to the executioner? He died in Valhalla. And that's where the book wraps up, just giving us a tease to the next issue. Well, we had fun. Now, I do like this story. I'm not going to say it was like, oh, so cool. I'm so glad we told this one. But a fun, just like introduction to like to calm some nerves where it's like, okay, the Vision is aware that there's a Victor Shade guy now. So we can just like take that off the table. We don't have to worry about that anymore. That's a problem we could deal with another day. That's exciting. The book moves fast and Janet gets a lot to do, which I appreciate so much. I'm having a good time. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. Said that 3 times because that's how fun it is. It's not going to be for everybody, and I get that you might want more from your Avengers, but if you like the Wasp, this is the best she has been in a very long time. She's competent and capable and leading a book. And that's pretty damn cool. So, Avengers Inc. issue number 2, I'm going to give a 7 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.